Hello and welcome to another episode of the GodisaGeek Retrocast. I am your host Lee Garbett, and joining me is my co-host Robin Parker.
Hello.
Well, this month we've got a bit of a treat for you. This April we are basically doing a Turtles month. So we're going to cover quite a few of the Ninja Turtles games from yesteryear. We thought we'd start off with probably the most famous of these games, or maybe infamous, depending on how you look at it. And this one is the Konami Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, I mean, this one probably hated by some, loved by others, and it came out at the height of the Turtles' popularity, that's for sure. And it was, you know, we'll soon see, but it was really a very tough game, but it sold like crazy amounts when it first came out.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually packed in with a few versions of the NES console as well. You may notice on the title screen that it says the game's from Ultra Games. Now that's the American version. If you had the PAL version, it would say Palcom. The reason is because Nintendo had this license agreement with all third parties, and they can only release 5 games per year. And of course, a few companies got around this by basically setting up separate companies and releasing games via those labels. That actually happened with the Metal Gear game on the NES as well, so yeah, that's why there's that Ultra Games logo at the start.
Yeah, so basically Konami just a bit sneaky there, but you know, we would have missed out on some pretty good games if they hadn't done stuff like that.
Yeah. Just quickly rushing through the first level, what you may notice is I'm getting hit but not losing any energy. That's because I've basically cheated and put a Game Genie code to just keep myself infinite energy, just because I think it's the best way to show you everybody here the best part of the game, basically, as much as possible, because this game is like really hard. Like, I cannot stress how hard this game is, especially considering it's really supposed to be for kids, this game.
Yeah, I mean, when the Turtles were really popular in America, it was probably the top kids TV show, and the toys, you know, marketed themselves, so it was really young kids going after this, and it's just fiendishly difficult at times, this game, especially the jumps. I mean, there's some crazy jumps you have to try and make, which like need pixel perfect precision.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you think, Robin, but if you watch the main turtle character moving and the way the physics feel, it almost feels like they've kind of built it off of Castlevania.
There's definite similarities, isn't there? I mean, even the going in and out of different buildings, different doors, it's got a Castlevania feel to it, and the way he walks, like you said, is a bit Simon Belmont-like.
That little shuffle that's kind of slow, and the way that when you jump, you don't really, you have a fair bit of control over your momentum in air, but it's not that great. And if you do get hit while in the air, it can knock you back, which can cause quite a few deaths.
Yeah, but I mean, it's quite for this game. The animations are pretty nice, and the sprites are pretty clear. I mean, you can see Rocksteady pretty clearly there, who he's meant to be, and April tied up in the corner. It's all they're nice big sprites.
Here you see a little exploit for defeating Rocksteady on the first level. It's cheesy, but I think that as unfair as this game is, you kind of need to bite back and be a bit unfair yourself, I think.
And of course, that shows you where picking the different turtles comes into play, because by picking Donatello with a bow, just gives you that bit of extra reach that you can use that exploit.
Yeah, I mean, certain turtles do have particular abilities. Some, Raphael's better against some enemies, as is Leonardo. We'll just flick over to the second level quickly, because I've skipped the first bit of the game because I really wanted to show you this swimming level, which is notorious for being difficult. Here you've got to basically defuse a set of bombs in a very strict time limit, while there are lots of horrible obstacles that will actually kill you in one hit. That timer is deadly. If that timer goes to 0, that's it, it's game over. You lose a continue, and you only got about 2 or 3 continues in the game. So yeah, and this is just the second level of the game.
Yeah, it's unrelenting. I mean, the games, Konami games like this, they sort of got a reputation for being great games, I suppose, because there was a lot of attention to detail, nice animation and stuff, but God, they were frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, in a way you had 4 lives per continue, because each turtle had their own life bar, and when that life bar ran out, they would die and you wouldn't be able to use that turtle anymore. Although there were a few select areas that you could actually find your dead turtle and it's just not, well, they're actually dead. They've been captured, and you can actually find them in particular rooms in a handful of locations in the game. But even then, it's so difficult.
No, and especially you just saw you a few moments ago going through the bit with the sort of jellyfish tentacles everywhere, which zap you. I mean, it's like a steady hand game. You've really got to navigate your way through.
Yeah, and the swimming physics aren't the best around. It's almost like there's a bit of a current that kind of pulling you under at all times. So you've really got to be careful. I mean, as you can see, like we're nearly at the end of this area, and we've just over a minute left. But you're going to find something, because usually, if you're good and know the route, this should be the last bomb you see. But I missed one out, so it gets a bit frantic. I've got a minute left to find out where that last pesky bomb is, and that's difficult, especially when you get to under a minute and the timer gets kind of lower and lower, and the music gets more panicky. It's very easy to make mistakes.
Yes, it's not like there's any sort of map system to help you out, like you might be used to in modern games. You had to work everything out for yourself and map it out. If you wanted a map, you'd draw that map yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there were in some of these overworld areas that you'll see that link some of the side-scrolling levels together. If you pause the game, you do actually get an overworld map of sorts, but it's practically useless. I mean, it's very basic, not that detailed, and I think graph paper is the way forward for a game like this.
Yeah. I mean, when you used to have a notes section in the instruction booklet, you had to use it back in the day. Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, instruction booklets are barely one piece of paper now.
Exactly. As you see, we're okay. We finished the second level, and we're going to move on to the third level, which, if the second level was difficult, this next level's a bit easier. Here you've got a little cutscene here as well, which there aren't that many in the game, and this is quite a cool one, I think.
Yeah, it's unusual for a NES game, but it's sort of very nice sort of comic book style going on there. Yeah,
I mean, I think this game was released in 1989, and those are pretty good graphics for the time period.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I guess it being based on a comic, they took a bit of inspiration from that with this cutscene, but it's definitely impressive for the time. And you got much more basic Nintendo games coming out as contemporaries.
Certainly. It's got the evil Shredder as always. There's actually got quite a lot of enemies from the cartoon, but there's also quite a few unrelated enemies, like those kind of weird fiery enemies, and the bats that appear, and the eyeballs on legs.
Yeah, I think it's something which kind of afflicted a lot of movie or TV licensed games, where maybe the bosses are based around real characters from the franchise, but then in between the people who created the game realised there's not enough sort of general bad guys to fill out the game, so you have to create a few bad guys of their own.
Okay, so I flicked through to the enemy boss of the third level, and he seems just to be a clone of Leonardo. He is very tricky. You have to do a lot of dodging here, and as you can see, you actually get secondary weapons such as shurikens and boomerangs, which you can actually use by pressing the select button, and they're very useful, and some of them you really need to save until the end of the game.
Yeah, you have to sort of ration them a bit and be careful to actually track them down and pick them up if you want to use those. They're not particularly generous with the way they scatter those around the levels.
No.
As they're with the pizza boxes, which give you back your health. I mean, if you were playing without a cheat code, those are few and far between, really.
They really are. Well, luckily, if you do leave an area, you can go back in, and these items will actually spawn again. So it does actually create a bit of grinding, where you kind of keep going into the same levels to get items to prepare for the later levels. And we just moved on to the next level, the fourth level, where we're trying to find the Technodrome. Some very deadly areas here. If you actually hit these spiky walls, you'll actually die.
Yeah, and choose the wrong direction to go.
Yeah.
Just once and you'll be in trouble.
There's a bit of trial and error involved with that. Even then, it's very difficult to get. And all these areas are numbered. We've actually taken you to the last boss of the fourth level already, just to speed through this as quickly as can. This is a giant Mauser, considerably larger than the ones in the cartoon.
Yeah, Baxter Stockman's been hard at work here.
Yes, he has. Again, this is quite a cheesy method. You can just sit there with Donatello and just stand in the middle of his legs and keep hitting up, and you tend to, well, as you can see, I can kind of go through without getting hit.
Yeah, you tend to figure like these things out eventually with, with most game bosses, but before you know them, they all seem really impossible to beat. But once you know the secret, it makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, most bosses were back in the day. They had a pretty set pattern, so once you'd figured out the pattern, you could normally find somewhere where it was a bit easier.
Okay, so we've got the next level now. It's almost it's kind of an airport area. This I think. Oh, it's no tell a lie. No, we're in a strange underground series of caves here, or is it at night?
A mix of the hub worlds and then going into levels is sort of a bit more reminiscent of something like the early Zelda set, or even because these bits are very similar to Zelda 2, but then you've got the top-down hub worlds as well. It's an interesting sort of combination of the styles.
Eventually, you'll find the Technodrome in a random area in one of the caverns. It's completely random. There's no set location, and this is the boss of this level. Again, very difficult. Lots of enemies coming towards you. Lots of things shooting at you. It's very difficult.
Yeah, so many different things to keep your eye on here. I mean, it's like old-fashioned shoot 'em ups. You really don't know where the next bullet or missile's coming from. There's so many things to take into account.
Yeah, yeah.
And by this time, most time, you would have lost at least 2 of your turtles by this stage.
I don't think I've ever actually got to this level, like to this boss, legit, ever. I think I've always had to use the Game Genie because it's not impossible, but it is so difficult. I mean, I spent several years with this game. This is one of the first games I had on the NES, so you can imagine how frustrating it is for an 8-year-old to have to suffer through this game at times.
Yeah, because you just want to have a quick fix back then when you're that young, and you have to put up with this. And like you say, if you really want to get to this level, you're going to have to grind away and go back to some of those areas where you get health and pickups, and you're just not prepared to do that when you're that young.
Certainly, I mean, a run through of this game with a Game Genie, it would still take about an hour. So yeah, there's no battery backup or passwords or anything. It's you finish this game in one sitting, or you don't.
It's an unrelenting game.
It really is. We're just getting rid of the Technodrome's ability to kill me. It's one of those enemies that has an obvious weak point.
It's one of those traditional gaming things where they shrink down a boss slightly from. It's not really to scale, is it?
Yeah. The Technodrome was always this giant labyrinth of a headquarters deep underground, and here it is. I'd say 6 times the height of a turtle.
Yeah, it's a bit of I think we've got a bit of a TARDIS effect going on here.
Well, of course, we'll see in a second that we'll actually enter the Technodrome, which really does put that TARDIS comment into perspective.
But of course, I mean, at this stage, being the first Turtles game, it's pretty impressive how they managed to bring all the different characters to life. Like you say, they did feature a lot of the different bad guys and bosses. So there's a lot to please the fans in there.
Yeah, and they did a very good job. I think Turtles was relatively new. I think it was 1988. I think the cartoon kicked in, at least in America. So it's coming to the last level here.
Yeah, it was a fairly quick cash in. I think 87 maybe. I think it started, but like you say, it hadn't been going very long, and especially. And the toys would have been getting into its swing by then. It was part of the big merchandising hype at the time, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going to Toys R Us just after the show had hit British screens, and my dad took me to the day that the toy line came out, and I got to meet Donatello, and imagine again as like a 7 or 8-year-old, it was very exciting.
Yeah, it was impossible to get hold of a full set of the Turtles when they first came out.
Yeah.
You could get a Foot Soldier and maybe Bebop or Rocksteady, but getting all 4 Turtles was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was a Christmas thing for me. I had a lot.
Anyway. I think I had to wait a while to get all 4. I think I had to build it up slightly gradually.
Yeah. There we are. This is the hell that is the last level of the game. As you can see, there's no way you're going to do this easily without a Game Genie. There are so many enemies the NES actually can't cope with it.
It's getting ridiculous, yeah. The NES is trying to give up here. I mean, just look at the amount of laser fire as well. It's crazy.
There you go, boomerang. I mean, this level is evil. It's a maze as well, which makes it worse. It's very easy to find yourself in a room just full of spikes that will kill you, and lots of backtracking if you get the wrong area. But you know, the end is near sight. Just got to get rid of this little kind of mini boss area here.
And again, like you say, it's not really. It's quite some of the enemies which were created specially for the game, so not really recognisable characters.
No. But we've got Shredder here, and that's the important thing. And it's a nice chunky enemy sprite.
Yeah, you can actually see the spikes on his helmet. It's pretty cool.
And as you can see, despite having a Game Genie code, a particular hit from Shredder's gun will actually kill you in one hit.
That's how tough this game is, even when you've got invincibility on.
Exactly, it's just not fair. So you've really got to get out of the way, and I've managed to get the knack of hitting him here this time around. You don't want to get too close, otherwise he will shoot you with that gun. In fact, like that one-hit kill gun actually features in quite a lot of Turtles games for some reason.
Strange seeing how Shredder I don't think he ever really used a gun in the cartoon.
No. I mean, I'm assuming it's some sort of gun to reverse the mutagen process, I think.
Ah, of course, he did have one. Yeah, that would be it. See, I don't. It's too long since I've seen the cartoons.
Yeah, I could totally go for watching the old cartoon again. I've been reading the comics recently as well, and the original, more darker comics, and it's a very different tone.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, but we're talking about the cartoon. We're talking about the Hero Turtles rather than the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, the UK censorship at its best. So that's the last boss killed. So we're just gonna let you watch the ending sequence. So we're just going to give our outro now. Thank you for watching this episode of the Retrocast. You can watch us every Tuesday. As I say, this April we are just playing Turtles games, which is great. You can always listen to myself on the Godcast every Monday morning as well. You can also watch Columns, the Dirt Sheet, every Sunday, and Saint and Greensy on the Wednesday. So until next week, we shall catch you later.
Cowabunga, dudes.
Cowabunga.